beginning. But first, we're going to take a look at the replays here from game number 1, brought to you by Thunderbolt.
Indeed. And while we're going to be looking at this, I'm going to quickly continue that thought that I was going through. But what a parry coming out from Wang Liang. This engagement, very, very nice. This little... So I have a little bit of a gripe with this. This is a bit silly, you know. He goes RMB, hold dodge LMB into ACCA into another LMB uppercut. And now this... Although a lot of you at home are gonna think that this is it's a laggy combo, this is just silly. It should be possible, and realistically, I don't think it should be possible. However, it is technically a frame trap. It catches you if you try and do the wrong option selection when getting hit after that RMB. But it is what it is. He does manage to catch him. He catches him slipping, and then right here he catches. Oh my goodness! He catches this guy slipping. You got ult, bro. You save me for next game, Lamelo. God damn! But he does him dirty with that one. Absolutely. You know, hey, the greed is bad. You know, greed is bad. No, greed is not good. Greed is bad. Use your ultimate. Use your cooldowns, and you're going to have a much better time in general. But we're taking a look at the zipping, and we're going to be going back to that thought after we take a look at the MVP stats for OUG points. A 5-point game is a good game now because of the rule changes. You know, it's the time of when getting a 10-point game was a bit more normal and a bit more, you know, regular is over at this point, as now because of the rule changes is only the first place player within the lobby, the one who lasts until the very, very end, the last man standing, is going to be getting those multiplier points. It just becomes, you know, like you can't really expect to be getting all that many, and it's a mental adjustment in that you have to be okay with getting those points or getting that many points, as you know, if you've been playing for a long time, mentally speaking, if you see that you've got 5 points in the game, it's going to be, oh, you know, 5 points doesn't feel like much. You don't feel so good about it. But then in reality, that's actually a really, really solid game. That's a solid game for you. And as we see the total scoreboards, you know, Spider currently sitting at the very top with 55. That's kind of a crazy scoreline for him. And, you know, but you know, players in 5th, 6th, you know, they're currently sitting on a 30 to 40, that sort of thing. And if you think about it, each series is 6 games. So if you were to get, this is simply qualification for those bi-weekly finals, it does, a percentage of those points do get carried forward into the finals with you. And now with the new rule set, you know, with the match point rule set, having those extra few points can, quite frankly, mean the difference between you taking the whole tournament early or not. You know, it can really be very, very important for you. So getting as many points as possible is always going to be on your mind. You know, qualifying is obviously the primary objective. However, getting as many points as possible is always going to be the secondary most important thing. But taking a look at these fights, at these replays, Mike, this was spicy. You know, that parry, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this parry was a little bit, this focus was somewhat telegraphed. You know, in that kind of, with that spacing, Mike was at the space where if he had released it, I'm not sure if he would have actually gotten clipped by the focus attack. And most likely, he would have been able to hold dodge in and go for that parry. Or he could have hold dodge back, waited to see if he actually did release it, and then looked to parry on reaction. In that situation, it was a much more in Wang Liang's favor to look for an overhold situation and try and play reactive as to what Mike might do in that. Because you do take a percentage of those points, and I believe it's not 10% and it's not 15%. I'm pretty sure it's 12.5% or something like that of the points that you accumulate in the group stages that you take forwards into the bi-weekly finals. We're taking a look here at these replays sponsored by Thunderbolt. We've got a lot of oogliness taking place. Frostivus taking that Realm of Yang win. It looks as though he did. Was that his? I'm not sure if that was the second Realm of Yang replay or if that was off of the first Realm of Yang, But Frostivus also finding this elimination onto Xuan Yuan outside of the Rumble Gang. It is still very sad that, unfortunately, I don't know who necessarily aggressed the fight initially. However, both Paste and Frostivus ended up getting taken down here, and that's not what you want to be doing. Although Paste was desperately looking for as many kills as he could, as he'd only managed to get one going into that endgame. You know, it's not the best idea to let yourself die in that situation. You don't want to be going down just for the chance of getting one more kill. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all, as we very well saw. He did end up going down. Mike, that irritated expression. Frostivus as well. It's like, what is this? What are you guys doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we fighting? You know, those are the thoughts going through his head right now. Yeah, and that's definitely what he wants. Is going to give him another, maybe a point or two moving forwards into the bi-weekly finals. But here we are taking a look at these replays from the game. Verse able to catch Fong on his escape, not allowing for the escape here, and taking him down into this realm of Yang as well. Wolves, I was about to say Wolves Kaibao. Wolves Wang Liang taking down that Kailin and chasing him with that Hank Sword RMB. Very nicely done. And here, coming in for this third party with those fan RMBs, eliminating that player, heading on over to Mike in the realm of Yang. This was... I will say this was a very dominant performance from Mike in that realm of Yang. And then here we have somewhat of a rematch, catching him with this RMB focus and just dictating the pace of this fight. He definitely did a very good job of mitigating the ultimate entirely from that Kailin, as he was able to catch him in the ultimate. Unfortunately, not able to finish him off immediately, but still coming out on top. And then here, Wang Liang, in the very last moments, able to stay alive, having had just a little bit more health. And there's the smile I was talking about. You know,
We're going to take a look back, though, to some replays here from game number 6, brought to you by Thunderbolt. Fong coming in here, picking up multiple eliminations early on here with this Kylan ult. Now Shaw turning things around here on to Paste in this early game. Things looked pretty desperate here for Shaw, but this right here, look at this. He tanks the damage to go in, gets that combo down the hill, and once you lock somebody into that, if they don't have a gold focus to get out, that is all she wrote. You clean up the elimination. Taking a look back there on to Frosty Boy. Super sad to see him eliminated the way it was as we go into the realm of Yang. Mike versus Jean Yuan. Mike super low here. Mike, though, able to get that
we never
F2.
saw this.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
What is that?
Crazy. This is what I talked about. You know, when we were talking about the hero selection, the Akko's picks, Mike agreeing with me on the F2, I really have become an F2 believer, Duncan.
Oh, I agree. I think the F2 is extremely good for ACOS. I talked to Raven and I asked him, which one do you think is objectively better? And he was of the opinion that F1, as long as your neutral is very good, then F1 is the better option. However, if your neutral is somewhat lacking in any department, really, F2 can be better, as it essentially, I mean, a lot of people refer to them as neutral skips, as they essentially hand you the opening on your opponent if you use it and it lands, you know? So, yeah. But the thing is, at the same time,